बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम। स्वेल TWC पाकिस्तान कार्डियोलॉजी साथियों, आज पावर योगा स्टैमिना के ऊपर क्लास है और we can improve our stamina with the power yoga. So let's start it, please.
Welcome to Power Yoga Stamina. It takes stamina to see a commitment through for 45 days. It takes stamina to see an intention through from beginning to end. And there's no question that along the way, you're going to be required to develop a relationship with what it's like to be fatigued. So with that in mind, know your intention, remember it, come back to it again and again. We're here for the long haul. So let's start in child's pose. And remember that you can come back here throughout this class and throughout these 45 days as often and as many times as you need. Bringing your big toes together, separating your knees and extending your arms out ahead. Begin to deepen your breath. Noticing the sound of the breath as you draw it in through the nose and along the back of the throat. Creating a place for your mind and your attention to land and rest. As we enter into this practice, there will become moments where the pace of the breath increases. And it's important to remember that discomfort is not danger. That yoga teaches us how to build a relationship with discomfort, to know how to be there, and to trust that endurance is patience concentrated, as Thomas Carlyle said. And so with patience, with the foundation of your breath, let's just begin to move. On an inhale, rise up to all fours. Wrists underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips. On an inhale, drop your belly, lift your heart, slip your shoulders away from your ears. Then exhale, tuck your tail around your spine, lift the navel to the back, and then today, float your knees up and off the mat into an active rounding cat-cow with the tops of your feet flat. On an inhale, drop the knees, drop the belly, lift the heart, lift the chest, and we're just going to activate the core. Exhale, tuck and round, driving into the hands, driving into the tops of the feet, float the knees up and off the mat, and we'll flow this. Inhale, belly low, heart high as you slip the shoulders back. Exhale, tuck and round, float the knees, the shins up and off the mat. Inhale, drop the knees, pull the heart through the gateway of the chest. Exhale, curl and round, float the knees up and off the mat. On an inhale, place the knees down, pause, and from this place, tuck your toes under and lift your heels to the sky. Feeling the toes spread at the back of the mat. On an inhale, float your knees up and off the mat. You could stay here. Otherwise, if it feels appropriate and right, remembering that you get to come back to this practice 2 more times. On an inhale, reach your right leg straight back behind you for half of a sunbird pose. You could stay here and maybe reach your left arm forward, bicep near or by your ear. Here we go. A little bit of stamina, a whole lot of breath. Take one last inhale. As you exhale, left hand down, right toes down, drop the knees to the mat, tabletop position. Now, throughout the course of this program, you're going to get to build into these poses and postures. Remember, you get to come back twice more over these 45 days. On an inhale, float your knees up and off the mat with your toes tucked. A little floating tabletop pose as we activate the core and continue to breathe behind that wall of strength. Then either staying here or extend the left leg straight back behind you. You could stay here. Maybe reach the right arm forward, bicep near or by your ear. You're shaking, you're breathing, you're flowing through it inhale, step back, upper push-up, plank position, and pause at the top of the push-up, and just notice where your mind is at. Is there a particular attitude that's already started to infiltrate your practice? And so just to know that you are going to grow stronger by hitting certain walls, that there is an opportunity inside of fatigue to move toward the next great thing. Take an inhale, upper push-up plank. As you exhale, shift forward onto your toes, start to bend the elbows, hover chaturanga, and then lower all the way down onto the mat slow. Release the tops of the feet to the earth, and let's just take a moment here to unwind the spine. Inhale to baby cobra as you lift the heart and roll the shoulders back. Exhale, heart, chest, and chin down to the mat, just twice more like that. Inhale to cobra as your shoulders roll and your heels hug in. Exhale, lengthen to lower as you touch the earth again. One last time, inhale, baby cobra, knowing you have time to build. Exhale, lower slow, tuck the toes under, lift the hips up and back as you come into your first downward facing dog. And separating the hands the distance of the shoulders. Rolling the armpits toward the heart so that the upper chest and upper back are broad. And just remember that this is your home base. That every time we're here, it's an opportunity to check back in and to remember you can do hard things. On an inhale, press the tops of your thighs back. Exhale, bend your knees, gaze forward, step your feet to meet your hands top of the mat. On an inhale, pull your chest forward, lengthening your spine and your back. Exhale, forward fold and drop the head. Rounding through the feet, circle the arms forward. Inhale, rise all the way up to stand. Exhale, pull the hands right down toward the heart. Backs of the thumbs pressing into the front of the heart as you bow the chin in. And as Hagrid from Harry Potter said, what's coming will come, and we will meet it when it does. Taking this practice one moment at a time, one breath at a time. Let's begin. On an inhale, circle the arms to the sky. Full deep breath in. Exhale, fold and dive down over your version of straight legs. Inhale, Ardha halfway. Exhale, plant the hands and step back to upper push-up plank. Hold the top of the push-up. Take an inhale and plank. Chaturanga as you exhale, elbows in. Press back to plank on an inhale and hold there. As you exhale, bring your right knee to your nose to your chest. On an inhale, step back to plank. As you exhale, bring your left knee to your nose to your chest. Inhale, step back to plank. Hold plank, take a goodbye breath in. Chaturanga, exhale, elbows squeeze in. Cobra up dog, inhale, shoulders roll and heart high. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog, and take a couple of breaths. I want you to check in with yourself. I want you to be honest. Where are you in this 45-day journey? How are you feeling today? How did you sleep last night? What's the quality of your nervous system? Could you ask more of yourself? Would it be wise to modify? Only you can answer. On an inhale, press the tops of the thighs back. Let's flow. Exhale, bend the knees, step or float. Inhale, pull the chest out. Exhale, fold and knot. To the sky, inhale as you root to rise. Exhale, draw that center line right back toward the heart. Inhale, reach up, maybe gaze up. Exhale, bow your way over and out. Inhale, fill your lungs and glance ahead. Exhale, plant the hands, step back to upper push-up plank. You can hold this. Chaturanga, exhale, elbows squeeze. Inhale, back to plank. Exhale, right knee to the nose. Inhale, step back to plank. Exhale, left knee to the nose. Inhale, upper push-up plank. Chaturanga, exhale, hover slow. Up dog cobra, inhale in a flow. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog. This is stamina, so here we go. Inhale, press the hips up and back. Exhale, bend the knees, look forward, step or fly, feet to hands. Inhale, pull the heart out. Exhale, drop the head. Inhale, circle and rise to the sky. Exhale, right back to where it matters most. Inhale, reach up, gaze up. Exhale, bow your way out and down. Inhale, pull the heart out. Exhale, hands down, step back, hold the top of the push-up. Chaturanga, exhale, hover. Plank pose, inhale, pause. Right knee to the nose, exhale, hug it in. Inhale, step the toes back. Exhale, left knee to the nose. Inhale, upper push-up plank. Exhale, lower slow. Inhale to your back bend in the flow. Exhale, downward facing dog. You just have one more to go. Take an inhale, drive the chest back. Exhale, bend the knees, look ahead, step or float top of the mat. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, fold back in. Circle the arms to the sky. Inhale as you rise. Exhale, pull it back down to the heart. Inhale, reach your arms high above. Exhale, fold and open the back body space. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, hands down, step back to plank. Chaturanga, exhale, you can use the knees. Inhale, back to upper push-up plank. Exhale, right knee to the nose, tap and touch. Inhale, step the right toes back. Exhale, left knee to the nose once. Inhale to plank. Chaturanga on the out breath, hover. Inhale, roll the shoulders back. Down dog, exhale, press your way back. And pause in downward facing dog as you establish once again that steady foundation of the breath. And maybe as you come back to this practice throughout these 45 days, what you start to notice is that you get more consistent with that steadiness of the breath. That what you're doing is actually what all endurance athletes do. You're building up that VO2 max. You're starting to work in that range of the heartbeat that gives you longevity and sustenance for a lifetime of health and vitality. So let's keep working with it. Inhale, upper push-up plank position. As you exhale, lower your right elbow down to the mat. Then lower your left elbow down to the mat, pausing in forearm plank, and just noticing that you are one long line of energy from your head to your heels, your low back not spiking to the sky. Then on an inhale, place your right hand down and straighten your right arm. Then straighten your left arm, come back to plank. Hold there, take an inhale. As you exhale, right knee to your right elbow, tap and touch to the outside. Then step back, upper push-up plank. Left knee to the outside of your left elbow, one time tap and touch. Step back, upper push-up plank. Take a goodbye inhale, plank pose. Chaturanga, exhale. Cobra, up dog, inhale, you rise. Down dog, exhale, press your way back. On an inhale, float your right leg up and off the mat. As you exhale, step your right foot forward between your hands. Pause on your back toes and rise up on an inhale to crescent pose. Inner thighs hugging in actively. Torso rising, breath leading. Take an inhale here, reach up. As you exhale, lean out halfway. Float to warrior three and pull your hands to your heart for a little bit of relief in the back body. Keep what you have and continue to breathe here. Put a little bend into your right knee. Then keep that. On an inhale, tap your lifted left toes to the back of the mat. Then exhale, float that leg back up the height of the hip. Two more like that. Left toes tap on an inhale. Float back to warrior three, exhale. One more time. Left toes tap, deep breath in. Float up, warrior three, deep breath out. Crescent pose on an inhale. Drop the left toes back, reach the arms up. Together here, take a deep inhale through the nose. Then left knee to the mat, arms by the side. Stick the tongue out. Inhale, rise back up. Left knee lifts. Two more like that. Tongue out, arms drop. Tap the knee to the mat. Inhale, reach both arms to the sky. Exhale, arms by the sides, left knee taps. Inhale, reach up, find your low lunge. Hands down, exhale, step back, upper push-up plank. You could skip the vinyasa, lower slow. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, down dog, shift your way back and hold. Inhale, upper push-up plank. Yes, you get to do it every time. Lower the left elbow down to the mat. Lower the right elbow down to the mat and pause in forearm plank. And that's the attitude, right? I get to do this. Not that I have to. I'm not being forced to. There's nothing that you have to do on this mat. On an inhale, place your left hand down, straighten your left arm. Place your right hand down, straighten your right arm. Left knee to left elbow, tap and touch one time. Inhale, step back to plank. Exhale, right knee to right elbow, tap one time. Inhale, step back to plank. Chaturanga, exhale, you hover. Inhale to a back bend that's right for you. Exhale, downward facing dog, you press back. Lift the left leg on your in-breath. Exhale, step the left foot forward and on back toes. Inhale, rise up, crescent pose. Finding one place for your eyes and remembering that this is the only moment that matters. This is the moment that you're in. You're not jumping ahead. There's nowhere else to get to. Take an inhale, reach up, maybe gaze up. Hands to the heart as you exhale, shift forward and take flight. Warrior 3 as you pause in midair. And we just start to build a little bit of back body strength so that you have muscles that support you in things like balance for the rest of your life. Take an inhale and tap your right toes toward the back of your mat. Exhale, lift that right leg back up. 2 more like that. Inhale, right toes tap. Exhale, float the leg hip height. Last time, right toes tap the earth. Inhale, lift it up. Start to bend your left knee. Drop step your right toes back. Crescent pose. Inhale, reach the arms up. Pause there. Take a full deep breath in. As you exhale, right knee down, arms by the sides. Inhale, reach the arms up twice more. Tongue out, exhale, sweep. Inhale, circle and rise. One more time, tongue wide. Inhale, reach up and pause. Hands down, exhale, step back and lower slow or meet us in down dog. Inhale, up dog or cobra because you know how to flow. Exhale, down dog, press your way back. And Michelle here met us in downward facing dog. You always have a choice. You are never without a choice in your life, no matter what situation you find yourself in. So if you're tired today, you get to ask yourself the question, what is essential? And that's what you do in this practice. Take an inhale, float forward, upper push-up plank. Exhale, right elbow down, left elbow down. Inhale, right arm straight, left arm straight. Exhale, right knee, right elbow, tap and touch. Inhale, step back to plank. Exhale, left knee, left elbow tap. Inhale, upper push-up plank. Chaturanga on the out breath. Inhale, cobra or upward facing. Down dog, exhale, press back. Inhale, lift the right leg to the sky. Exhale, step the right foot through. On an inhale, crescent pose, you rise. Exhale, lean out to warrior 3. Hands to the heart as you take flight. Just one time, inhale, tap the left toes to the earth. Exhale, lift that leg back up. Crescent pose, inhale as back toes drop. Exhale, tongue out, tap the left knee to the mat. Inhale, back up to crescent. Exhale, hands down, step back to plank, and you could skip it. Inhale as your shoulders drop low. Exhale, downward facing dog. Upper push-up plank position, inhale. Left elbow drops this time, exhale. Right elbow drops. Inhale, left arm straight. Exhale, right arm straight. Left knee, left elbow, tap and touch. Inhale, step back to plank. Right knee, right elbow, tap and touch. Inhale, upper push-up. Exhale, chaturanga, you could use the knees. Inhale, up dog. Down dog, exhale, wave back. Left leg floats on the in-breath. Exhale, left foot steps through. On back toes, inhale, reach and rise. Exhale, lean out, hands to heart. Warrior 3, you fly. Inhale, right toes touch the earth. Exhale, they lift back up. Crescent pose, inhale, you land light. Exhale, lion's breath, sweep the arms back. Inhale, rise back up tall. Hands down, exhale, step back and lower slow. Inhale, up dog or cobra, there is no rush. Exhale, downward facing dog. We are building that sense of endurance. We are building that relationship to what it is to know a fatigued muscle. Because there is absolutely nothing in your life that you have ever done that has meaning that hasn't challenged you. On an inhale, upper push-up plank position. Exhale, right elbow down. Left elbow down. Inhale, right arm straight. Left arm straight. Exhale, right knee, right elbow, tap and touch. Inhale, back to plank. Exhale, left knee, left elbow, tap. Inhale, upper push-up. Chaturanga, exhale, hover. Inhale, cobra or up dog. left toes tap the earth if they can. Exhale back to third warrior. Inhale as you land back, crescent pose. Exhale, tongue out, arms sweep. Inhale, circle and rise. Exhale, hands to the mat as you build strength. Inhale, cobra or up dog as the heart spreads. Exhale, downward facing dog, thighs back. Inhale, forward upper push-up plank. Exhale, left elbow down this time, then the right. Inhale, left arm straight for balance. Strength, right arm straight. Exhale, left knee, left elbow as you connect. Inhale, float it back to plank. Exhale, right knee, right elbow tap. Inhale, upper push-up. Chaturanga, exhale, elbows in. Inhale, pull the heart through. Exhale, down dog, wave it back. Inhale, left leg lifts up and off the earth. Exhale, left foot through to the hands. Inhale, on back toes. Exhale, lean it out, take flight, warrior three. Inhale, right toes tap the earth. Exhale, they lift back up. Crescent pose, inhale, arms rise above. Exhale, right knee to the earth, tongue out. Inhale, sweep and lift. Exhale, hands down, step back to plank and lower to the mat with strength. Cobra, up dog, inhale. Down dog, exhale, press back. You can hold down dog. Or you could drop the knees and take child's pose. Now there's that story that we're all familiar with about the tortoise and the hare. Now what we often hear about this story is that it's the one who goes slow that ends up winning the race. But in the Zen version of this story, the tortoise still loses. But at the end he celebrates, not because he beat the hare, but because he beat his own personal best. It was the first time that he finished a race and the sun was still shining. He wasn't comparing himself to anybody else. He was looking within. So letting the mind of comparison fall away. So each time you come to this practice, the gauge that you take for progress has nothing to do with anybody else except your own lived experience. On an inhale, come to tabletop pose. So if you're in child's pose, you might rise there. If you're in down dog, you might drop the knees there. Then pausing in tabletop pose, step your left toes to the back of the mat and spin the sole of your left foot flat. Now look down. Notice that your right hand is underneath your right shoulder and your right knee is underneath your right hip. From there, reach your left arm straight up toward the sky. Finding a modified version of side plank, pause there and breathe. You could stay here. Or on an inhale, driving down into the right hand, start to lift your right foot up and off the mat, and then see if you can use your side oblique strength and lift your right knee up and off the mat, like Michael and Danielle are doing here. And that right knee might float just an inch or so. Take a full breath in. Exhale, right knee down, right shin and right foot down. Take an inhale, lift the left arm up. Exhale, place the left hand down onto the mat and come back to tabletop pose. Pause with your toes tucked and return to floating tabletop as your knees hover off the mat. You could stay here. On an inhale, maybe step your right toes to the back of your mat. Toes can rest on the earth. Then hover back into floating tabletop pose, right knee back next to the left. Left toe step back, maybe the heel extends back. Floating tabletop pose, twice more like that. Right toe step back, floating tabletop pose. Left toe step back, back to tabletop. Last time, right toe step back. Right knee returns. Left toe step back. Floating tabletop pose, hold there. Take an inhale. Step both feet back, upper push-up plank position, a goodbye breath. Exhale, chaturanga, squeeze in. Up dog cobra, inhale, breath deep. Exhale, downward facing. On an inhale, lift your right leg up and off the earth. Exhale, step your right foot through between your hands. On back toes, inhale, circle the arms to the sky. Take a breath in crescent pose. Then out the mouth, chest down, arms back. Inhale, rise back up to crescent twice more. Nervous system release. Inhale, back up to crescent. You deserve this. Out the mouth, sweep back. Inhale, crescent pose. That feels good. Open to warrior two is for everybody. Take a moment and be grounded. Here you are, showing up, taking as many breaks as you need, because you are building the kind of strength that will carry you through a lifetime, that will carry you through the challenges that are inevitable so that you can do your personal best. On an inhale, reverse your warrior. And today, can you lift your right heel off the mat in that reverse warrior? Maybe just a little bit. Take one more inhale, lean back. Then exhale, right heel down, right forearm to right thigh, left arm up and over the head as you find a little bit of an extended side angle, and we just get to flow this. On an inhale, reverse your warrior, right arm overhead, maybe the right heel lifts. Exhale, right elbow to right thigh, left arm extends up and overhead. Inhale, a dynamic reverse warrior, lift the right heel and sweep the arm back. Exhale, extended side angle, hold there, take a moment. And on an inhale, lift the left arm straight up to the sky, hold there. Then plant your hand down inside of your right foot, all the way down onto the floor. Even if you have to drop those right ribs, plant that hand flat. And as that hand gets flat to the floor, take an inhale. And as you exhale, lift your right heel up and off the mat again. And then maybe lift your right toes up and try to lift that right heel all the way up to your right sitting bone. There you go, you get to play a little bit. From there, take a full deep breath in. Keeping that heel lifted, place your left hand down onto the mat, spin to the blade of your back left foot, bring your right foot into tree pose and circle your right arm to the sky as you just find side plank tree. Take an inhale, reach up, exhale, right arm up and over the crown of your head as you sweep. Inhale, right arm straight back up to the sky. Exhale, right hand to the mat. Maybe you hold tree. Chaturanga as you hover. Shoot the right toes back. Inhale, cobra or upward facing to lift. Exhale, downward facing dog. That was so fun. You get to do it again. Pause and down dog. Take a full deep breath in through the nose. Stick your tongue out. Inhale and down dog. Exhale and lower your knees down to the mat. Pause there. Step your right toes to the back of your mat this time. Spin the sole of your back right foot flat. Inhale, reach your right arm toward the sky. Pause there, take several breaths. And it was Maya Angelou who said, you will face many defeats in this lifetime, but never let yourself be defeated. So find your breath. Know your worth is not caught up in a yoga pose or posture. You could stay here, or pressing down into the left hand, lift your left foot, and then maybe lift your left knee up and off the mat. And this is basically what you're going to do when we come into that version from side angle pose. Take a breath, lower your left knee down, lower your right hand down, tabletop pose, hands and knees to the mat. Tuck your toes under. Float your knees up and off the earth just an inch or so, just a little bit. On an inhale, step your left toes to the back of the mat. Bring your left knee back to floating tabletop. Step your right toes to the back of the mat. Floating tabletop again. 2 more times. Left foot steps back. Knee returns. Right toe step back. Knee returns to hover. Left toe step back. Floating tabletop to center. Right toe step back. Floating tabletop to center. Step your feet back, upper push-up plank position. Take an inhale to reset. Chaturanga, exhale, you hover. Inhale, cobra or upward facing. Down dog, exhale, wave your way back. Inhale, lift your left leg up and off the earth. Exhale, step your left foot through. On back toes, inhale, rise up, crescent pose. Out the mouth, exhale, sweep it back. Inhale, sweep and rise. Out the mouth, exhale. Inhale, circle up high. Last time, exhale, breathe. finding fortitude. You are finding perseverance. You are knowing what it means to be committed, not to something outside of you, not to a yoga pose or posture. You are committed to what got you into this program in the first place, to the deepest intention of your heart, even as we put that through different themes and frames. On an inhale, reverse your warrior, left arm up and overhead. You could stay here or pop the left heel up and off the mat and amp it up a little bit. As you exhale, drop the heel down, place the left elbow to the left knee, reach the right arm up and overhead as we just start to circulate around the center of the body with that water-like quality. Inhale, reverse it all the way up and back, maybe left heel rises. Exhale, heel down, elbow to knee, right arm sweeps overhead. Inhale as you reverse it, maybe pressing into the toes. Exhale, elbow down, right arm overhead. This time we hold. Pause there for a moment, grounded in the legs and steady in the breath. Reach the right arm straight up toward the sky on an inhale. As you exhale, place your left hand inside of your left foot all the way down onto the mat. To the extent that you can, get that palm flat. Take an inhale here. Using your side obliques, drive into the left hand. Lift the left heel off the mat. Then lift the left heel all the way up to the sitting bones as the toes rise and you press into the blade of the back right foot. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, right hand down. Spin to the blade of the back right foot. Reach the left arm to the sky and drop your left foot into tree pose as you find side plank. Deep inhale, left arm up. Left arm overhead as you exhale, sweep it out one time. Inhale, left arm back up to the sky. Exhale, left hand to the mat. Maybe you hold tree. Chaturanga as you exhale. Shoot the left toes back. Inhale, cobra or upward facing. Down dog, exhale from the core. Press your way up and back. Be there for a moment. And just know that all of that is in the background. Look at you. Look what you did. Take a breath in. Drop your knees down onto the mat. Crawl your knees forward. Bring your heels together. If your knees are tender, then sit on a block instead. Sit back onto the heels. Place the hands on the thighs. Sit up tall in what we call Vajrasana. Whether the eyes are closed or you drop the gaze down and out, take a moment and establish a foundation of presence, of purpose, of connection. And from this place, just one round of Kapalabhati, breath, pressing the breath in and out through the nose. Together, take a deep inhale. Out the nose, pump the breath. Stay with it. Keep breathing. Pressing the breath in and out as that navel snaps back, building this last little bit of heat. Last 5. It doesn't have to be fast. 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a deep inhale through the nose. Open the mouth, exhale. Take a moment, easy breath in. Easy breath out. Integrate the experience of your practice, the power of your breath, the capacity of your heart. This is stamina. On an inhale, rise to standing on the knees. And as you stand on the knees, separate the knees sitting bone distance. You could tuck the toes under or not, setting up for camel pose. Hands come to the low back. Fingers could point up or down. Take an inhale as the thighs press forward. As you exhale, start to roll the shoulders down the back. You could stay here. Or maybe you lift the right arm up and circle it back and catch the right heel. Maybe you do the same with the left. The hands never have to leave the low back. As the thighs draw forward, you take all of that heat, the capacity of the breath, and you open up to the possibilities that this life has for you. No longer denying it. Here I am in the fullness of my experience, willing to feel everything, even the things that are challenging. On an inhale, hands return to the low back if they dropped. Both shoulders lift evenly at the same time. Place the hands out in front of you, cross the ankles behind you, roll to your sitting bones, and extend your legs straight out in front of you. Inhale, circle both arms to the sky. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, fold all the way out and down into a forward fold. Close your eyes. Go back inside of yourself and breathe into your back body. Shinzen Young was an American who traveled to Japan and became a Zen monk. And when he finally entered his rites of initiation, he had to stand out in the freezing cold of winter, dumping water on himself. He talks about how before the water would even hit the floor, it was already frozen. That's how cold it was. And he spent weeks trying to avoid what he was feeling. He would go somewhere else in his mind entirely, only to discover that the best way to get through the experience was to go right into the heart of it, to feel everything that he was feeling, the intensity, the cold, the challenge, the hardship. And inside of accepting how the moment actually was, there was freedom and release. And so sense the ways that you did that today. You didn't avoid the things that were hard. You went right into them and you knew your whole self in that moment, what you are capable of. That capacity extends far beyond this now. If you've forgotten that, let this be a moment where you are reminded. On an inhale, roll all the way up. As you exhale, roll all the way onto your back. Hug and squeeze your knees into your chest. And as you hug and squeeze your knees into your chest, keep your right knee where it is and send your left leg straight ahead. Bring your left hand outside of your right knee, reach your right arm out to the side, and take an easy twist. There are people in this room today who got off of an airplane at 2 o'clock in the morning last night. There are people in this room running businesses, raising families. Everybody faces fatigue. And it's important to remember that it doesn't mean that something's wrong. It's part of being human, and you know how to be with it wisely, intelligently, making choices that feed your practice. On an inhale, come to center, hug the right knee in, hug the left knee in, send the right leg straight, and switch sides. Right hand outside of the left knee, cross the knee over the body, take a twist. On an inhale, come back through center. Hug the left knee into the chest, hug the right knee into the chest. Curl the forehead up to meet the knees. Squeeze the fingers, squeeze the toes.
is the movement to scan your body, starting from left, right toe to all the way to head and right palm. And similarly, we need to scan our body from starting from left toe all the way to left shoulder, left hand.
And a full breath out. Rebend your knees, draw your knees into your chest. Keeping the eyes closed, rock forward and back until you rise all the way up to sit. And crossing the legs, joining the hands at the heart, bow your chin. Take a moment and acknowledge yourself.
Pay gratitude to yourself, please. Say thank you to everything.
It's not some pithy comment we make as teachers. Really, sometimes the hardest thing is just showing up, and you did that. Celebrate this moment. Celebrate your strength. Celebrate all of the ways that you are learning and growing. You are capable. You are powerful. And you know what it means to live this practice. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Open the mouth, exhale. Be inspired. Be consistent. Be the change. Namaste.
So thank you very much for being doing practice with me today. So it's really amazing. So please try to do practice regularly. This session will be available on YouTube anytime you want to do practice again. At least you need to do practice of this session at 5 times. And when you do 5 times, you can learn much better than doing 1 time. So well, अपना ख्याल रखिएगा, टेक केयर और थैंक यू जो हमारा में आप लोग साथ दे रहे हैं इस मिशन को आगे बढ़ाने के लिए. थैंक यू वेरी मच. अल्लाह हाफिज़.